Yo, what is going on, guys? So today I wanted to talk to you about my earnings that I have received from Thor Financial and StrongBlock. If you're not familiar with what those two platforms are, don't worry, I'll go ahead and describe what they are in more detail throughout this video. And so this is just basically a way that I have been accumulating passive income, and I wanted to share with you my results. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about Thor. So Thor is basically a nodes as a service and a DAO as a service. Basically, what those mean is that you are able to create nodes on their platform and receive passive income. So typically what nodes are, they are just machines that are on the blockchain that validate exactly each transaction that happens on the blockchain. Well, there were a lot of people that were doing that, but nodes weren't getting paid to do all of that. So Thor and StrongBlock essentially had filled that gap where people create nodes and they get compensated for it. Now, StrongBlock is basically the MacDaddy of all nodes as a service, and then Thor kind of came in, and this is the basically rival for StrongBlock on the Avalanch network. So these are two really great projects. I honestly don't have anything bad to say about them at this current time. I was a little bit skeptical about Thor because there was this other program called Ring Financial, and they ended up taking a lot of people's money, tanking, and that ended up being a scam, but people claimed that they only had a vulnerability within their network. So what Thor went ahead and did was that they basically copied the code base and contracts of Ring and did a little bit more research about why they did that. They didn't know what Ring was or if it was a scam or not long before they even created the contract. So they created the contract, and then like a couple weeks later Ring just tanked, and they didn't know that was going to happen or realize that. So they went ahead and just said, okay, well, we're going to disassociate ourselves from Ring, and they're creating a whole new contract. So there's a lot of updates on Thor. I made two videos about Thor. One was just the original one that I had talked about initially getting into the project, and then the other one was massive updates that they had. So if you want to go check those two videos out, you definitely can. So I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the price action before getting into how much money I've made off of Thor. So basically right now the price action of Thor is $100. So around this time frame is when I got into Thor, and I ended up buying 3 nodes, so that costed me around $6,000. And the price action currently has been going down from January 26th, and this I feel is healthy because they were at $17 back on January 6th. So they had to basically recoup, and they went up like a huge amount of percentage. So I'm not really too worried the fact that they're kind of pulling back right now. There is definitely volatility with all these projects. So, just know what you're getting into. And, I'm not a financial advisor by any means. I'm just sharing my experience on how this project is. So yeah, so I have a lot of faith and confidence within the project, and again, you can go back and reference those other videos that I have made. So basically, as I had stated before, I started out with 3 nodes, and they were the Thor tier. So I've been getting 0.33 Thor per day, and my plan is to essentially compound until I get 5 nodes. So I got the Thor nodes around the end of January and had been compounding those. And a couple of days ago, I went ahead and got a 4th Thor node. So I did this because they are going to be reducing the rewards amount, and they are doing this rightfully so because they want to have longevity within the project. But me personally, I think they should have done that from the very beginning, honestly. Because kind of doing all these changes, that's a lot of work on the developers, and we'll see what the community will have to say. The community definitely likes it, but Thor is basically saying that they're not going to do any more reward reduction amounts. So whatever we see now at these current prices up top here, these are going to stay. So essentially, I'm going to compound all my Thor nodes until I get one more, and the date that which Thor nodes will reduce is on the 14th of February. So I will just have enough time to get one more node. But the amount of money that I have made total with this investment has essentially been, so I've gotten 16 Thor tokens total. I've made $1,600 within a couple of weeks just by holding on to Thor. But the reward amount, for that will be reduced. So I'll only get about one Thor per day with all my 5 nodes. So at the current price right now, I get $100 per day. Okay, and so we'll just have to play this as a long-term game. I'm not looking at this as a short-term. The short-term actions are, going to be whatever, but I'm going to definitely be interested to see what this is going to do for the long term, because I have a lot of confidence with the developers and the whole team in general. So let's go ahead and talk about StrongBlock. So StrongBlock, as I mentioned earlier, is the OG of all these crypto projects. And basically what this is doing is that this is on a very nice uptrend, and they've been around since 2020. So these dudes have been around for a while. And initially when they started out, they weren't a nodes as a service. They basically had it to where you had to bring your own nodes. But since the end of, I want to say, since right here, actually, February of 21, they've been able to do the nodes as a service, and it's been doing very well. So it definitely hit the high of $1,200, and that was very costly to try to get these nodes. And then it had this big downturn, which rightfully so, because that is just massive gains that it hit. So it has to come back down and kind of cool off. So it's been staying pretty consistent right here around the $400 or $500 mark. I only ended up getting one node, and throughout that time, I ended up collecting about almost 6 strong tokens within the 1 month that I've had them. So if we take that at the current price, right there, that's $2,800 that I have received so far just by holding my strong node. And I am like more than halfway to getting my initial investment back. I just have a few more months, and then once that's done, I'm literally just writing profits. So with this, I would like to compound my strong nodes, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I might hold off, or I might just, pull some money out just so that I have my risk off the table, so that I can go ahead and invest into other projects that I see fit. So basically, I see a long-term vision for both of these projects. They're doing very well. And the short-term price actions for Thor, I'm really not too concerned. Some people think that, this is a scam because of the Ring thing, and they're really not. Just because they have the same contract as Ring currently doesn't mean that they're a scam. But hey, I could be wrong. We don't know what's going to happen within the future, but what I'm going to do is just, be able to get my risk off the table, call that good, and then just, ride profits from there. So this was a very quick video, just basically of what I've earned so far. If you guys enjoyed this content, please make sure you like and subscribe. It'll definitely help my channel to grow. And if you want to learn more about Thor and StrongBlock, go ahead and check my channel out, and I'll leave everything down in the description below. Alright everyone, I love y'all. Peace!